Collins English Readers. Death in the Clouds by Agatha Christie. Copyright Agatha Christie Limited, a Corian Company. All rights reserved. Chapter 1. Paris to Croydon. The September sun shone on Le Bourget Airport near Paris as the passengers entered the aeroplane Prometheus for their flight to England. Jane Grey went to her seat in the rear cabin at the back of the plane. A woman was standing nearby, talking very loudly.
"My dear Cicely, where were you staying? Juan Le Pin? Oh, yes. No, I've been in Le Pinet. Let's sit together. Oh, can't we? I see."
A foreign voice said politely, "Please, madame, take my seat." And a small elderly man with a large moustache and an egg-shaped head got up from his seat. Jane looked at the two women for whom he had offered to move to a different seat. She had also been staying at Le Pinet, a popular holiday destination on the French coast, and she remembered one of the women standing nervously at a table in the casino. Her name was Lady Horbury. She was married to a lord now, but she had once been a dancer in musical and comedy theatre. Unlike Lady Horbury, the other woman clearly looked like a real aristocrat. Jane turned to look out of the window. She would not look at the young man who was sitting opposite her. If their eyes met, he might recognize her from that night at the casino. She felt shy and embarrassed in front of him. At last the plane took off, and there was Le Bourget spread out below them. The midday flight to London carried 21 passengers, 10 in the front cabin, 11 in the rear, and there were 2 stewards on board to look after everyone. As the plane flew towards the English Channel, Jane thought about her adventure. It started when she had won £100 in a lottery and decided to spend the money on a week at Le Pinet. Jane worked at a hairdressing salon called Antoine's, and her customers were always going down to Le Pinet. As Jane styled the hair of these rich and glamorous ladies, she thought, "Why can't I go to Le Pinet?" Well, now she could. And so she had. Every evening of her holiday, Jane had gone to the casinos with a small amount of money to spend at the gambling tables. On her 4th evening, she decided to play at the roulette wheel. She won a little money, but lost more. As she waited to place her last bet of the evening, she saw that there were 2 numbers left which nobody had chosen, 5 and 6. Which one would she choose? The wheel began to spin, and Jane quickly placed her bet on number 6. The ball clicked and settled. "Le numéro 5, rouge," said the croupier. Number 5. Jane could have cried with disappointment. Then the man next to her asked, "Aren't you going to collect the money you have won?" "What money? I bet on number 6. "No, you bet on 5. Was it true? Perhaps she had. She picked up her money and looked doubtfully at the stranger. "Well done," he said, and with a friendly smile he left. And now here was that same man sitting opposite her on the plane to England. Across the cabin, Lady Horbury noticed that she had a broken fingernail, and asked the steward to fetch her maid, who was in the other cabin. Soon, a dark-haired French girl dressed in...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?